Hi guys, welcome back to another video collab with the creative design team. I'm Julie. This time we are sharing sweet ideas for Valentine's. I decided to pull some of my mixed media supplies and pull this layout together. I'll be using the Perfect Match paper collection. It's super sweet. I've pulled this stencil from the Stencil Pack #1, I believe. You've got this great ledger paper. You've got this nice plaid with little hearts. You've got these X's and O's and this really nice ombre. So I'm going to use 2 sheets from this paper pack. I'm pulling out this picture. It's a really cute picture of me and my hubby, and I thought it was perfect for this layout. So this is the zip strip at the top, or the branding strip. I want to keep that for my base page. So I'm going to cut at the opposite end so that I end up with a 12 by 12 base page if you want. I just thought that zip strip or branding strip really looked great on that ledger paper. I'm also going to bring in these super cute alphabets, and they look like little Scrabble tiles. They are super easy to put together. I cut here a 3 by 6 piece of cardstock. I doubled it up, passed it through my die cutting machine. I used black ink, and then I finished it all off with a little bit of almond ink for this wood grain. Don't they look great? So let's start putting this together. So again, I usually don't put pictures, but I'm going to make an effort to put pictures all year round, hopefully anyways. So here I'm playing with the pattern paper, and I think it needs a little white border, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this down to size because I want to know where that picture is going to go. It's going to be kind of in the center for now anyways. So I just want to kind of put that in the center, and then I'm going to position my stencil. Now this stencil is a large stencil to do 12 by 12 pages, but it's not a true 12 by 12. So I'm going to sneak it to the bottom, and then I'm going to start putting that really cute pattern on the back, moving up towards the center. So I'm starting here with Distress Oxide ink, and I'm using the Tattered Rose, and it's really pretty. It's a nice soft pink, and it's playing on that ombre pattern paper that we have. So I'm just kind of making sure that I'm going high enough because I want it to go all the way underneath my picture. And here I'm going to pull the pickled raspberry, and that's actually really bright. But the nice thing about these inks is that they blend beautifully. So I'm going to add this at the center, and you might think, oh, that's a lot. But then when you go back with the lightest shade, you can see that almost automatically these two colors blend together beautifully. So I thought, well, if we're playing with mixed media, why not take out some of this really cool stickles? So this one here is Moon Dust, and it is perfect for this layout. It's just that right amount of shimmer to add to the background for the picture. So I'm going to add it to all of those flowers. And the hardest part about doing these layouts is that you have to give it time to dry. And the other thing is here, I kind of forgot to put my all-purpose mat. Definitely use your all-purpose mat for this. It's so much easier when you use mixed media. So I'm going to flip this over. I don't want to mess up those flowers at the top because they're still wet. So I'm going to try and do this without overlapping and kind of messing up what I've already done. I'm using washi tape here, and if your washi tape is too tacky, just kind of put it down on your hand like you saw me just there, and that way you're not gonna rip your paper, because nobody wants to do that, right? So here I'm repeating the same steps. I'm adding the Tattered Rose first, and then the pickled raspberry, and then I'm mixing them all together and adding a little bit of Moon Dust, and that's a perfect name for that glitter. It is so pretty. So I'm just going to pull all of those little washi tape pieces off, and there's my background, and I really like how that turned out. So here's a closer look, and you can see that it's got just the right amount of shimmer to those flowers. I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to add the mats to my 5 by 5 picture. And I thought since I was doing mixed media, I would pull out this edge distressor. It's an old tool that I've had in my stash. If you don't have this, you can use scissors, but I wouldn't use good scissors. So I'm going to go ahead here and I am going to let this dry, because you know what? My background isn't quite dry yet. I could have used my heat tool, but I decided to wait. So I'm coming back here. Everything is nice and dry. I've got my picture in the center, and I thought it needed a little something. I've seen some of the girls here on the team use tissue paper, and I think that it was just the perfect blend of softness for this layout. So here you see me, and I'm going to add all of my little words, and this is so much fun. So these little tiles are great. It's truly like plain Scrabble. And I added just a few words here on my layout. I moved my picture so it's not completely in the center. I just had to give myself enough room, and this ledger paper was perfect because I could use the lines to help me line up my words. I did pop each and every single little tile with pop dots. I wanted to add more embellishment, and I have these really nice acrylic white hearts, but they weren't popping so much. So then I just pulled out my stickles, the red stickles, and I added right to the top. And if you let it dry, it looks awesome. So you kind of have to let it dry overnight, and it looks great. So last kind of distressing kind of element to this page is kind of just ripping the sides. And I kind of toyed with this. I wasn't sure if I should do it or not, because I had, I really like the stencil flowers on the background. But in the end, I'm really glad that I did, because it just gave it just a little bit of balance with the black. I'm looking at the sticker sheet here, and I don't want to add too much to it, but this little sticker right here seemed to fit perfectly. So we're almost done this layout here. And another thing I almost did here was do black splatter, and I thought, oh, you know what? I'm probably going to go too far with this layout, so I just pulled a few of those black little dots, and again it was just to try and unify the black elements that were on this page. So the hardest part about this layout is giving yourself enough time between the mixed media to dry, but other than that, this layout was super fun to make, and I'm really happy that I got to use this picture. It was date night, and we were going to see Cirque du Soleil, and hence the crazy hat I'm wearing. But anyways, I thought it was pretty perfect for this layout. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to come back tomorrow and see what Katy has in store for you. Have yourself a great day.